Right, yes, and let's jump right into it, guys. Time for us to take a look at the stories that are making headlines on this Thursday morning. And you can expect more fireworks at the legislature today as Bill 10 is set to enter its third and final reading this afternoon. This all comes after critics once again hammered the government over legislation it says is tantamount to segregation.
There'll be a GSA somewhere outside of the school on different property, as I said, maybe in the parking lot at the 7-Eleven across the street, but not in that school. And so they will be treated separately and differently, just like the segregation laws that preceded true equality during the civil rights movement.
It's hard to be brave. It's hard to be brave. It's scary to be brave. But we're not here to be brave on behalf of ourselves. We're here to be brave on behalf of students.
An amendment passed last night that stipulates if a school says no to a gay-straight alliance, the government would then create one for students. But critics say it does not mandate that the club be on school grounds, adding that forcing GSAs off-site is stigmatizing and humiliating. The amendment still passed easily by a 38-17 margin, with 3 Tories voting against it. Well, our Premier is encouraged about the future of the Energy East pipeline following a meeting with Ontario Premier Kathleen Wynne. Prentice says Wynne understands the importance to the country's economy of proceeding with the proposed $12 billion pipeline project. Wynne told Prentice that her concerns about greenhouse gas emissions from the pipeline are limited to the impact on Ontario from construction of the pipeline and not on the so-called upstream emissions. Prentice visited Quebec's Premier Tuesday, also looking for pipeline support. Councillors might need to tighten the purse strings as they continue their budget deliberations today. There are about $80 million worth of motions left to tackle, with only $11 million left in the capital budget. Now, among the items making the cut Wednesday, money to research a permanent solution to the park and ride near Century Park LRT. The city's lease on that land runs out in 2020. Options include a new lot nearby or a permanent parkade with paid stalls.
We know the appetite is there for some paid parking. We introduced those preferred stall programs some years ago, and I know the waiting list at Century Park last time I looked was 400 or 500 people. So there are people who would pay something for the opportunity to park close, to know that they have a reserved stall.
Council also greenlit money for a bike lane along 102nd Avenue and suicide barriers for the high-level bridge. Pieces of Edmonton's old city centre airport will live on in the new Blatchford development. A big part of the construction plan is to reduce the neighborhood's environmental footprint. So, old runways, hangars and buildings will be recycled into roads or reused in other ways. All told, it's going to save about 85% of that waste from going to the landfill. Even the soil being dug up for stormwater ponds will be turned into a community hill.
Of all of that material that we get from all of the runways, taxiways, building foundations, we can reuse about 20% of the volume of that material in future construction activities on Blatchford. The rest will be sold into the construction market.
Work is being done in preparation for Phase 1 that's slated to happen in spring of next year, while residential construction is set to begin in 2016. The Humane Society investigating after a picture of 2 thin puppies at a local pet store went viral. A woman visiting My Pets at West Edmonton Mall thought the dogs appeared malnourished, so she posted a photo to Facebook showing their hips and rib bones protruding. While the Humane Society now looking into claims by the store that the animals were suffering from a bout of worms.
So with this particular case, we don't know the timing of when that dog got there, how it got there, or anything like that. So that'll be part of the investigation that our officers will look at and see how that situation came to be.
Humane Society does monthly checks of all local pet stores in addition to following up on any complaints they receive. University of Alberta students have their ticket set to go into space now. All they need is a rocket. Science and engineering students at the U planning to launch the first made-in-Alberta satellite. Their design has been approved. Now they just need the funds to build it. They hope to raise up to $50,000, which will then be matched by an anonymous donor. The experimental Albertan #1 satellite will blast off with 50 others in Brazil in 2016.
We're all very excited. I mean, coming to university, you know, people like, you know, under 22 years of age, and you have this opportunity to launch something into space, you know, be part of a space race of your own. That's a really exciting thing, and our whole team is working very hard and looking forward to seeing the results of this.
Now, for more information on the project or to find out how you can donate, all you need to do is log on to the address on your screen.